Now, here's the freaking natural progression freaking nugget, bro. Here's the takeaway, bro. Yo, I hope for dear life, bro. Look at my hands. Oh, yo, bro, I can't open them. Look. Yeah, look at this. So, yo, bro, sometimes you gotta just hang, man. My name is Albert. Welcome to another dead hang session with this soon-to-be 61-year-old. I'm not gonna go over why I announced my age, man, but I announced it for a very, very important reason. But I'm gonna get straight to the dead hang, and then after the dead hang, I want to talk about natural progression, bro, because that's missing in this world, bro. It hit me. And there's reasons through my experiences to talk about natural progression, which who talks about natural progression, bro? I'm going to break it down so nicely, but what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a dead hang first, right? Straight up, just hang. And then come back here and talk about natural progression and then do a swing and hang. I'm going to time the hangs so that I could compare my last dead hangs to these to see how I'm going, which is really important to this topic, natural progression. So let's get to it. 1, 2, 3. Yo, I hope for dear life, bro. Look at my hands. Oh, yo, bro, I can't open them. Look. Yeah, look at this. That's dear life, bro. So I hung straight down just to see how long I did compared to the last straight hang, because when I do the swinging hangs, I do less. And so the logic is that since I'm swinging, you know, my body's being pulled down, and so I'm unable to freaking hold on for that long. So see, I get to check. That's my point. You see? Now, I didn't time it. I time afterwards. And so whatever the time tells me, it becomes this kind of a knowing after I did it without trying to foresee anything, which brings me to the natural progression topic while I'm resting. And now, this natural progression, no one talks about natural progression when we're built upon natural progression. Let me give you an example, bro. If you begin playing the piano right now and study, and you start practicing the chords and practicing whatever, bro, you will naturally progress without deciding, like, I want to be able to play this song in 2 weeks. You will progress so naturally because your innate system, it records everything and it plays back what you've learned, where you're able to do it naturally. So I think I said that okay. And so now, the injustice is for me to do what I said. I want to be able to play this song in 2 weeks. That's the injustice, because I may be forcing my innate system to learn a lot faster than what it absorbs and it is capable of doing. Now, let me bring this to the fitness realm, bro. When I see people doing fitness, whatever, and they want to make gains, right? I see them deciding on a fixed number with their maximum rep, and then upon that fixed number, they go ahead and maybe say, well, I did 10, so then the next time I want to do 11. And they'll go for it. Now, that's the mistake. The reason why that's a mistake is because maybe after doing 10, the very next day you could do 15. Or if you wait 2 days, you could do 20. And you'll shock yourself, like I have shocked myself getting out of counting, getting out of the calculated measures with the systematic ways of working out to count, and then after the count, that means it's done, that I did it. That's terrible, bro. And so one example, bro, I took on the Sally Up, Sally Down push-up challenge, bro. And I made it my business to face this challenge, bro, every 2 to 3 days, bro. And I did that for close to a year. Now, here's the freaking natural progression freaking nugget, bro. Here's the takeaway, bro. There were times when I was sick, and I did better when I was sick than the times where I felt all strong, which means that up here is doing one thing while the system is doing another, bro. I was so shocked, bro, because I almost was gonna cancel, which is another point. How many people, oh, I'm not feeling it, and they're going by their mental feelings about something. They don't do it, and then they skip a day without knowing, like, the body could kick in and do 10 times better, bro. And so I would separate the mind and the body, bro. And the only way to do that is to fall under the natural progression state, which I do, bro. And so when I finished the Sally Up, Sally Down push-up challenge, bro, I was surprised, bro. I had no idea that on that particular day I was going to do it, bro. And so same thing with leg challenges, same thing with my running capabilities, bro. Your body fluctuates. And so to do that to yourself, unless you're in some type of competition where you need to do that. But if you're a natural dude working out and you're running and jumping and hopping and skipping and you want to make natural gains, then do it naturally. And one of the ways is to stop the calculated measures, bro. The 12 and then the 15, and then you stop at that point. The other thing that's so important for me, bro, is that my mind, if I say I'm gonna do 20, by 18, my mind starts to weaken my body, bro. It happens all the time, bro. Where now I'm 19 and now I'm 20, and it makes it seem as though the muscle was tired. But it wasn't, bro, because many times when I don't count, I go, holy shit, man. How did I do so many? Like, I counted 243 burpees, bro, that I did, bro. And I wasn't counting, and I did 400 and something push-ups, bro, across, bro, a session, bro, of just doing push-ups, bro. Now I'm not counting, bro, and I'm fucking just doing the push-ups, bro. 400, 300, 500, bro. The freaking numbers change, bro, because my body is an innate flow with its own current. It's not a calculated, well, today you do this and tomorrow you do that, which I think is such a robbery from your own true potential. So, if you caught on to this, man, maybe do both. And I say, okay, you don't have to, like, I told this guy that's seriously into calculating, he loves science and all that stuff. I said, bro, do those exercises without counting and just let me know if you were able to do a lot more when you didn't count, because it's working for me, and I see it happening with other people, bro. I told this girl one time, bro, but she was doing, 1, 2, 3 with the leg stuff. I said, give me 200. She looked at me and laughed, and then, I walked away, man, and I saw her again at the gym, man, and I said, come on, 200. And she laughed, and I said, come on. And I said, just 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. But I did the counting. I said, don't count. And I said, go ahead, 10, go ahead, all the way to freaking 200, bro. And so now, she was so freaking shocked at her own potential, bro. She looked at me like in a daze, like amused, because she's calculated, bro. She was taught to be calculated, bro. If you're taught to be calculated, then you will freaking work your own body as a calculated being and not a freaking natural being. It'll be mechanical. It'll be freaking line by line. It'll be a sequential thing. It'll be 12 today and 13 tomorrow and then 20 on Friday. It'll be fluffy like that, bro. But you will be shocked, I'm telling you. So I'm gonna do a swinging hang, and I'm gonna time that. I gave myself enough time to do freaking this needed freaking dead hang, bro. Why is it needed, bro? Let me tell you. I freaking crushed my chest with partial push-ups with Jesse Pollack, and then from his teachings of the partials, I beat up my freaking biceps, bro. And my biceps and my chest is so freaking sore that the only smart thing to do after that is freaking do a hang, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll be ready to do, yo, bro. Yo, bro, so I'm gonna do a swinging hang, which is very interesting. Have you ever seen a swinging hang? If you've never seen a swinging hang, I'm gonna do it right now. Come on, man. 1, 2, 3. Swinging. Swinging. I'm swinging, baby. Swinging. Yo, bro, it felt short. The dead hang, I'm curious, bro. So now let me bring it to the dead hang, bro. This dead hang that I'm doing more, before I did it a few times. This dead hang that I'm doing now, if I continue to do it, naturally, guess what's gonna happen, bro? Getting older or not, bro, if I continue to hang, bro, the body knowing that it has to hold on to something, this will get stronger, the wrist, everything will freaking, it will freaking assume its position, and I'll be able to naturally hang longer, bro. Naturally, bro, but it should be so obvious, man, because the body, if you can see that the body can build muscle, that means it's adapting to something. That means that the repetition of doing something that it's not used to, it works out a way to get used to that thing that it cannot do at the time, and then next thing you know, you're doing it, bro. If you check out climbers, if you check out all these things, bro, they're not freaking climbing in one shot. They have to practice, and there's a certain innate element that freaking naturally comes to them where you're starting to learn other ways to maneuver your body to climb. Also, the handstand is a great example, because with the handstand, it's not so much about strength when you get into the unlocking of it. When you're able to unlock the handstand, you're holding up there and there's nothing hurting, as opposed to when I first started the freaking handstands, bro, my neck hurt for 3 days. I was freaking, my wrist hurt so bad, and so it was causing me pain because it wasn't unlocked. It didn't get to that point where the innate system said, okay, we're holding. And it's next thing you know, you're like a pole, bro, which reminds me, bro, I haven't done the handstand in a long time. But you see, it's off the chain fitness, bro. We do things like that where we talk about things, we talk about a whole bunch of things, and next thing you know, like the dead hang, bro. The dead hang is something that is so important. And I was just doing it, you know, whenever. But now I'm doing it in between a whole bunch of things, like a stretching exercise, which means I'm facing it more. I'm bringing topics to the table. This topic of natural progression is an amazing topic because I know this for me, man, that if I don't count, I'm gonna do so much better. Period. Period, bro. Not that the mind says more. No. It's actually backwards, bro. Where if I shut the mind off, the body, almost like the mind is lost. It doesn't know, so it's not counting, so it's not keeping track. And once the mind is shut off and the body continues, bro, this here, bro, this topic here, it taps into that freaking incredible strength that people freaking come across, bro. When you hear things of, you know, a baby is trapped under a car or something like that, and someone comes in and lifts the freaking car, bro. if that is ever so, I believe it. Only because, bro, there's freaking incredible amount of strength outside of the mind's dictate and motor of, do more, the next one. Yeah, I'm gonna do better because in a certain instance where I would be faced with actually, let's say, picking up something really heavy, that won't be there. Oh, do better. No, I have to lift it, period. And so when I lift it, I have to give it not even 100%, bro. Just because 100% is a calculated, max. But I have to lift it. And lifting it means that I'm going to, and I'm going to shake and shake and shake and shake, and then find ways to use my entire body. The whole thing, not just, let me just use the biceps because it's bicep day. No, the whole thing. And so what Off the Chain brings to the table is that, where we say, okay, I'm gonna face this exercise or that exercise or that exercise, but that's it. I'm gonna face it, and when I face it, I face it. And so when I face it, after I face it, I do the things that everyone else does prior. Like, I'll take a look at my muscle development at my age. I show my flaws and everything just because I'm natural and I'm not electing to do operations. And so I established this channel as this natural aging guy who is monitoring his fitness journey. And along the lines, I pick up these type of things because what I'm talking about now, natural progression, I had it was out of here. It wasn't here because what was with me was full range, and Monday is the chest day, and when you take a day off because the overtraining, and make sure you rest and don't do the pistol squat because it'll hurt your ankle, and you're gonna hurt your shoulder doing that exercise. I came from that world. I left that world, and when I left that world, every single problem that I had went away because I started to do dead hangs. I started to eat more fruits. I started to take herbs. I started to just sleep better naturally, though. The sleep was a correspondence to my workouts. It wasn't that I got better at sleep because I wanted to get better at sleep. When I started working out, the sleep was like the freaking, what do you call it? It was the bounce off. It was the freaking, what do you call that? When you it was the fruit of the freaking workouts, bro. The fruit of the workouts is that I sleep better, bro. You see what I'm saying? And so it's not like on the current of the other people. The current of the other people is, well, take melatonin if you want to sleep, or meditate. I meditate, by the way. But, you do this and you do that. But I'm saying I didn't know. And so that took care of itself. I used to have a hard time sleeping, bro. Wake up at 2 in the morning, wide awake, bro. 3 in the morning, I say, what the hell is going on, bro? Now I I wake up like this. Bro, natural progression, bro. And now that I know about natural progression, when I see someone counting, other than the bodybuilders, like those guys, they have to count for whatever, I don't know. When I see someone counting, I see robbery. Because I tell them and I challenge them, you could have done more, bro. And I challenge them and they could do more, bro. But the fixed number is what screws everything up, bro. Having a fixed number, and then after you do 25, when you do 30, you go, yeah, I did it. But it's a little, bro, I don't applaud that, bro. I take on challenges, and when I freaking able to complete it, then that just shows me that naturally I got stronger. But it's not so much of a celebration like that, like I did it, because anything that you don't continue with fitness, you're gonna lose, bro, because I lost the Sally up, Sally down push-up challenge ability already, because I stopped doing it after doing it a year, almost a year. After doing the challenge almost a year, bro, freaking like, okay, bro, I'm freaking half Sally up to here. I was doing Sally up legs, Sally up biceps, Sally up abs, Sally up back, bro, Sally up freaking ears, bro. I was freaking doing Sally up left and right. So the same thing with the handstands, bro. You do them every day for 3 years, bro, and there's so many exercises, though. So now, don't cheat yourself is my whole message here. Like, do both. Like, one day go and count. Then one day, bro, try to find out a way to record yourself. Do the exercises and record yourself and then count after. And then you'll find out for yourself is if what I'm saying is, nah, bro, I did the same, which is awesome. But if you did better without counting, then you can take that nugget and say, nah, bro, now I'm gonna count after my performance. So then you got yourself that nugget. I don't know, because there's so many differences and varieties of different bodies and structures and athletes out there where I can't speak for the freaking billions of people out there who has a body. So I can only speak with what was given to me, what I freaking took away, and what I don't want anymore. And I don't want to count anymore, bro. I don't like here, I don't know, bro. And so here, I did 2 dead hangs. I'm gonna do another dead hang. But I don't know if I'll do a 4th dead hang. A lot of it has to do with my body telling me, yo, that's enough, bro. Sometimes while I'm doing that, I go, ugh, and that's my sign to stop, bro. And so, natural progression, bro. Bro. And so I'm gonna do another freaking swinging dead hang. No, I'm gonna hang regularly and I'm gonna see, bro. Let's get to it. 1, 2, 3. So this is really important. So that dead hang is very important because I get to iron out my question, whether the swinging dead hang causes more resistance, which is kind of obvious, but there's no better way than finding out through devices like this. So there's going to be a timer up there, which I don't know, but if I see that the timer for the last swinging dead hang I did less, then this tells me that a straight up dead hang I can hold longer, because that was one of my concerns, because I thought when I faced the swinging dead hang and I did less than a drop dead hang, I said, oh my God, did I get weak? But there I go, going against the whole natural progression method, which it doesn't flow like that. You gotta try it, man. Take on a challenge, don't count, and you get to see your own challenge. If you record it, you get to see your own natural progression live. And you will shock yourself, I'm telling you. And so right now, little report, my forearms are taking a hit, which is really nice for me to just announce here that it's taxing my forearms. The forearm is a very important muscle to develop, like to never ignore the forearm, because the forearm is responsible for your hands, bro. Like, look at what's moving, bro. Without these muscles here, bro, look at your hands, bro. And so once this gets stronger, then everything else you do will get the support of a strong freaking foundation from here up, bro. So it's not that your fingers need to get stronger, bro. I mean, all the muscles I can imagine, they're connected, but what I'm feeling is a numbness in the fingers, like they're holding. But what I'm really feeling is the freaking, the activation of this muscle right here, bro. This muscle. And so that's really important, because I don't really come across so many people talking about forearm development, which the forearm development could come from, routine hanging, bro. Hanging, bro. You need to hang, bro. And so my biceps, I'm feeling the workout for my biceps that I did 2 days ago a lot more now because of this hang. You see, so these things that I come across, I document them so that I learned this system. And because I learned this system, let me tell you how freaking awesome I am with my body, bro. I get on the scale at 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and I know exactly how much I'm gonna weigh the next morning, bro. It freaking, but I was gonna say it'll shock you, but it won't shock you, bro, because I've been weighing myself religiously for 8+ years, bro. And so because of my eating habits and because of the way I feel after I eat and everything else, there's a certain sense, bro, of what's going in my system and what it's doing to the system. And so doing it for so many years, 4 p.m., bro, the next morning, bro. Hey, let me guess. Let's see. 68.2. Spot on, bro. Let me guess again. Oh, 67.8. Fucking. If I miss, something hits me like, oh shit, that's right. Like, I failed to freaking sync up with this, because there's just this thing, like the times that I eat, what I ate, if I freaking, just things. This is what I'm saying now. If I continue, I'll enter the realm of verbalistness, like non-verbal, bro. I will enter into that zone, because the body, bro, your system and your muscles, bro, is not speaking a language, bro. It's not freaking waiting for an English message to it, bro. Your body, your muscles, bro, the certain commands that you're giving it, bro, you may be thinking, I need to lift that. But when your body goes to it, bro, it doesn't freaking know. It doesn't have the eyes down here to see, bro. You have to gauge it, know the weight. But once you grab that weight, bro, your body freaking kicks into gear, bro. And so if you're speaking freaking Hungarian or freaking Chinese or whatever language, bro, you're gonna assume the same freaking measures to face whatever you're facing with your innate system, bro. The best for one of my freaking hallmark examples, bro. You with your family, right? And you get the rowboat, you rent it, and it's you, your little sister, your mom, and whatever, bro. 3-4 people, bro, and you go and you're rowing out, bro. And it's such a nice day, and you're having a really good time, right? And you go way out, because why not? And everyone's having a good time, bro. But it starts to get dark, right? And this darkness sends messages to your innate system, bro. You don't have to use science at that point. Oh my God, according to science. No, bro. You can feel that it's getting dark. And so there's a smell sense that comes along with it, bro. Like freaking rain. It's on its way, bro. You can freaking smell it, bro. That's the innate system. That's what I'm talking about. Tapping into that. And then you smell it, bro. The people around you smell it too. And then you see a light, bro. You see a lightning thunder, bro, but it's not raining yet. But following that lightning, bro, the wind starts to freaking crash on you, bro. And you know it's time to fucking haul, bro. And so right there, you ain't counting. Bro, you are not going to count max and the 12 max and the motor. You're not going to count. This is excluding bodybuilding. I'm not doing that. You're not going to freaking count. You have to haul ass. Now, when you haul ass, you have to. But you have to. Like, you can't, like, well, let me see how I can figure this out scientifically. No, bro. You have to, bro. And so you're going to go and go and go to bring your whole family back to shore. Because the waves are going to go against you. They're going to push you out as while you're trying to get in, bro. You have to beat the waves. You have to beat the freaking winds. You have to beat the rain pouring into the boat, bro. And so, you see what I'm saying? That story is off the chain fitness. That's what we bring to the table. That's it, bro. That's the freaking heart of this channel, bro. To work out naturally, to face things, to try things, check out your own capability skills. Do not compare, do not measure, don't do any type of comparison measures against someone else that does something else. That don't live with that, and so much more, bro. There's no motivation here, bro. there's so much, bro, and I cover all these topics, bro, within all my talks. And so what I'm going to do, since it's about that 30-minute mark, bro, I don't want to pass the 30-minute mark, is that now I'll go do a swing into the hang, and then I say goodbye. So I hope you got something out of this natural progression. I promise that you will find a delight in letting go of the mind doing those type of things. You will, I promise you. And so anyway, I'm gonna do the hang and then say goodbye. Come on. 1, 2, 3. That was me. Yo, bro.